Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to week two. I'm so glad to have you back. I will be giving you all some feedback and conversation tomorrow. Today was my first day of school here in Nashville, and so it was a little hectic for me. And so I promise you that I will make sure that I give you lots of attention. So no worries. Okay, so starting with week two, I've got a couple of things that I'm going to cover, and I'm pretty excited to see where you all go with this because this is kind of like some of my bread and butter. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be reading like a writer here. Okay, so like we're going to take what we learned with Mike Bunn, and now we're going to focus in on summarizing and responding. And you're going to read in the Norton Field Guide to Writing, the section on literacy narratives. Okay, and there's a section in your Norton Field Guide on sometimes the tough teen is quietly writing stories. And then there is a link that's on Moodle for Tan and then Cisneros. You're going to watch Dane Trip the Single Story. If you have already seen it, I know that several people have. That's okay. You don't need to watch it again. The conversation can continue. All right. So, your to do list: annotate my name, talk to the text, writing workshop on essay one, forum two down below, and then don't worry about the consent form and preterm surveys. I will talk to you about that at another time. So, okay, here are your links. So the first thing that I want you to do, we're not going to talk about it at length right now, but you're looking toward your essay one, okay, which is going to be a personal literacy narrative. It is not something that you need to be thinking about right now, but I want you to have access to it so that you can see where we're going. And then you could also check the core assignments section right here, and it will show you the details on that task if you would like to um, go ahead and look into it. Okay, so here is a link to Mother Tongue. I'm going to be using these personal narrative slides here in a moment, but I also have links here for you to use on how to format a college paper, the basics of college writing, annotating text, a quick guide, and then also um, some different ideas for your first essay and descriptive writing. Okay, so your first writing workshop, this is going to be right here. Okay, so your directions, you're going to find your own literacy story. So you're going to identify and analyze key features of literacy narratives in a well told story, vivid detail, and significance. And so this is a workshop to kind of like walk through, gives you a sample analysis, fill this out and upload that. Okay. The other task is that you're going to be doing a discussion, which is a forum on harmonize with mother tongue and teen. The floor for the word count is 250 words. Do not use AI for forum posts. You need to make sure that you're using your brain. And then the last thing that you're doing is my name annotations, which is a quick little short story by Sandra Sisters. All right, so I'm going to give you a little overview here on personal narratives. Okay, so as you're going through this week, okay, personal narratives. Oh, okay. So we're kind of focusing in on like what makes a story and a sense of identity, okay? So language, identity, sense of story, sense of self, okay? So as you're looking at Amy Tan's mother tongue, I want you to kind of pay special attention to how she reflects on like the different Englishes that she lives in, and then her expressive and unfiltered speech of her mother, and how she blends this story and this reflection and the language itself as a subject of that identity. So, nope. Okay. So as you're going through the piece by Sandra Sisteros and then also Amy Tan, annotate, mark your confusion as you go. It's very important to continue annotating. I highly recommend like handwritten annotations. But for the social annotation piece, like, definitely go through that part, like, mark that. But think about, like, showing, not telling in these stories. Like, I was nervous on my first day versus I read the same sentence 4 times. My pencil left a damp print on the page. Engage the senses. So these pieces that you're gonna be looking at are, like, all very tangible in regards to, like, how they interact, with the senses and touch and taste and how they connect with, like, their sense of language and sense of self. And so voice lives in your choices. And so this is a great slide for you as we're kind of approaching what we're going to be doing, with this piece. So voice is you and what you're saying, and how your attitude toward it. Selection of detail is what you're putting into your piece that's going to be finding that level of voice. Diction is the word choice, and then tone is how you present it with the voice that you have. Okay. So there's some more on here. I'm getting long. So there's some more information here on your essay number one, but your essay number one, I want it to sound like you. That's the big tip. So we'll be continuing on that as we go through, but a couple things that I want you to think about as you're going through this week and thinking about what you're going to be doing with your essay one is think about how an interest, belief, skill, or part of your identity is shaped the way that you see the world. Passion, the language you speak, a mentor who inspires you, and think about all of these pieces that you've read and how that can guide you. Build your structure. And then make sure you blend in a mentor text from the list from last week in 2 weeks. And then here are the requirements at a glance. And this is on the slideshow. So if you need more, you can look at this in more detail later. All right. So I wish you all great amount of luck moving into week 2. I'm going to be giving you some feedback today. And I look forward to seeing more from you on the boards. Happy second week.